Hey guys, questions and answers here. We're going to do this once a week for you. What's the first question, Fred?
All right. DWD in Atlanta writes, why do we need land to get things? Why do we need land, and what are we going to do with the stuff once we get it out of storage?
Why do we need land? We need land for like a base camp. We like to be secure if the economy ever collapsed, and you can buy stuff in bulk and store it on your land. In an RV, you can't buy anything in bulk. You can't get any discounts. You can't redo anything. You know what I mean?
It's always kind of nice to have a little place to go back home to.
Yeah.
It's always, I mean, I know that there's a lot of full-time RVers that
Right.
call their RV home, and so do we right now. But we like to have a house with our stuff and things like that.
Doesn't mean we're not full-timers. We're still full-timers. We're going to be full-timers on our land, and then we're going to go out west. You just keep watching.
Unless we find a house. Basically, we want a land, or we want land and a house.
And we don't want payments. We don't care if we live in a car. We're not having payments.
And two, we really just never know what we're going to do. We kind of fly by the seat of our pants sometimes.
Exactly.
So that's, hopefully we answered that one.
And plus we have the stuff in storage, right? We have
Well,
a lot
they want to know what we're going to do with our stuff once we get it out of storage.
We're going to put it on our land.
But how?
We're going to put it in a shipping container,
We're either going to
a
do
big
a storage shed,
dehumidifier, I don't know.
or some of the land that we've been looking at has a house on the land. So if we get our stuff out of storage, then it'll go in that house or it'll go in the storage shed.
Right, exactly.
Depending on which way we decide to go.
Right.
What areas do we plan to visit once we're on the road again?
We want to go out west, guys, really, because we haven't been out there. And what do you think?
I think we'll probably do like a whole United States type of thingy.
When we get land and get everything settled and stuff, and not have to pay the big, the storage fees and everything else for our storage stuff.
Basically, we were just unhappy in our current situation at the house.
Yeah, so we had to get out of that quick, and we just dumped our stuff in storage.
I guess it's not really a current situation. I guess it was a past situation, I guess.
Okay, that's it. Next.
Adventures with Christian wrote, since you are allowed to build your patio and make your lot exactly to your likings, why move?
Because this is seasonal, guys. It gets to sub-0 degrees. The wind chill goes crazy. I have 90-mile-an-hour winds up here. Yeah, that's why we're doing it. It's only 7 months of the year we can be here. We cannot be here any longer.
Yes, and also we have DWD in Atlanta wrote that we need to learn to read and comment on the posts.
We don't have time, guys. That's why we're doing this video.
It's not that we don't have time. Sometimes people are really nasty in the comments, and that is why I've chosen to go away from them.
Yeah, we kind of stopped reading them.
But not reading them was hurting our people on our YouTube, our subscribers. So that's why I chose to do this question and answers little section of our YouTube channel. We're going to answer the questions once a week. No, it won't be on a Sunday. Somebody wrote that they didn't like the idea of it being on a Sunday because people are trying to get ready for their work week or whatever. So it'll probably be in the middle of the week where we answer the questions.
Yeah, we kind of have to, we just don't, we don't have time. The hours and hours and hours it takes doing video and editing, it's like, sometimes I spend 6 hours, 7 hours a day doing this. We don't have time to go through every answer. We're getting hundreds and hundreds of questions and emails, and we just don't have time, guys. We're sorry. We appreciate the comments. Trust me, keep commenting because other people read your comments, and we do read them once a week. So we are getting to them.
Why we have a support button?
We have a support button. It's never really been used, right?
No.
We didn't really get any support on our channel, but that's okay. We do this because we love to do it, right?
We chose to do this to show you our adventures. As we sold our house, we became full-time
Right,
for
wanted
right
to show
now.
you.
And we've never ever said that we were going to be full-time indefinitely.
Yeah.
We said we were going to be full-time until we found our house or our land or whatever we chose.
So we basically, we don't make really any income off this enough to survive. And we have we just don't make any income off this. And we work hours and hours and hours. So the support button's there. You don't have to use it. Just make pretend it's not there. Kind of like just put your blinders onto it. But it's there if you wanted to.
The reason why we did it was because in Myrtle Beach, people wanted us to go and see all these adventures,
they want to spend
and it was very expensive.
Very expensive. We spend too much money. We're like, we cannot do this anymore.
So that was originally why we started it, but it has just stayed up there. Nobody's used it. We haven't gotten tons and tons of subscriptions or support people. We're not even asking for it. We're not beggars like that.
We're not e-beggars, and we don't push it. It's there. That's it. That's all we're going to leave it as. That's what we're going to leave it as. Okay, next.
Okay. Joanne Rizzio wants to know what eating plan we follow.
We follow an eating plan of eating somewhat healthy if we can.
We've been following
very hard.
Trim Healthy Mama plan.
Trim Healthy Mama.
because I can't have gluten and I can't have a lot of different like milk products and things like that. I needed
Right.
something to where I could make breads quickly,
Right.
come up with different recipes and things like
Yeah,
that
something
for
fast.
healthy
Yeah.
things. So that's why I follow that. I don't. It's more of a low carb type of thing. So I wanted something a little bit low carb for breads and things like that. But I don't follow it 100% because I need carbs. Everybody's body is different, and my body is different from Ross's. Ross does better on it than I do. So it's the way it is we try to make sure that we incorporate a lot of vegetables. We don't eat as much meat.
Yeah, we're trying to stay away from the meat for certain reasons. Not that we eat meat. We love
That's
meat.
number one.
It's expensive and it doesn't digest with me that well at all.
Right.
Or her.
And they also want to know.
Doesn't mean we love barbecue ribs and stuff. Trust me, guys.
We do. We really.
We're
really
not
do.
100% like, ooh, we hate this or ooh, we love this. We try to stay in the middle.
He still eats McDonald's. I
Exactly.
don't because it would make me sick. But
Next.
they want to know if we can do more cooking videos.
I guess we'll do more cooking videos. Next. Come on.
What's your favorite recipe?
Reese's Peanut Butter Cup. Next.
That's not a recipe. That's a food.
It's still a recipe. They got to make it. It's Reese's Peanut Butter Cup. Okay, next.
All right. Mike Johnson wants to know. He says that we're going to be lonely when we get our land.
No, we won't be lonely. Trust me. I'm never lonely and she's never lonely. We don't get lonely. But we just don't. We will have people come to our land and we'll throw some parties. So we won't get
can't-
lonely.
Basically, the park that we're at, it's a seasonal
It's
park.
seasonal, guys. You got to understand. We
So,
cannot stay here.
What are the months that we can stay?
It's 7 months out of the year, the hottest months. 7 of the hottest months. We can't stay here. So middle of Christmas. Mainly, we actually can come up here if we want in the middle of winter. We can if we'd like, but there's no water. So
Right.
we're not coming up here and freezing our butts off and lugging water.
We
It's
don't
just
need
not
that.
worth it. Next.
Michael Scott, have we thought about composting toilets?
No way, because I am not taking my poop and putting it in sawdust and turning it and then emptying it. No. I hit the button to drain and it goes down the drain. That's
So
it. We're not getting
obviously
it.
we've looked into it.
Yeah, it's not worth it for us because we don't boondock enough to do that. Next.
CKY Lipia?
Yep.
They want to know, have we given any thought on a wind turbine since we have solar?
Wind turbines are expensive and we have not thought of that yet, no.
Well, you've thought of it, obviously.
Well, yeah, we
know
did
they're
think about it, but
expensive.
they're just expensive.
Maybe when we get land, we can look into it.
Yeah, maybe land
but
or something,
For
but
right now,
they're real for
our
a big
uses,
enough turbine to make enough power, you really got to have land.
For what we need it for, it's not conducive for what we need it
Right.
for.
Next.
David Mahoney.
Yep.
Why would we want to move from our awesome park mates? we don't want to.
We don't want to
but
move from apartments, but we have to. We're coming back here next year, so don't you worry, guys. We will be back.
Like I said, it's a seasonal park, and that's the way it is.
And the biggest reason we come back is because there's a guy 2 trailers over from me that hangs out and and you know him very well in the channel. Next.
Rose Godfrey.
Okay.
Is Ross a good or a bad influence on Johnny? Or
I'm
is it the other way around?
It's the other way around. Johnny's a bad influence on me. Next.
They're really funny together. And they want to know if I have more time to relax now. I do. It's nice that he goes out with Johnny and he has a good time there. It's kind of like a good little separation because we live together, eat together, sleep together, work together.
Johnny, I'll
everything
be there in
together.
15 minutes for the drive. Next.
So it is nice that he goes out with him and I get to paint and I get a little bit of my own time. This one, Adventures with Christian. What kind of solar system do we have?
We just have a regular solar system. It's 2 solar panels, 200 watts. It's nothing big. We have MTTP charge controller, China, but it works really well, and it's not a big deal. We're building our system because it's very expensive to do, to travel and put solar and have. I mean, it's very expensive. So when we get a sponsor one day, we'll probably put some panels up through a sponsor. But otherwise, I might buy 2 more 160 watt panels for the back of the toter truck. I don't know yet. It's just, it's an I don't know. Next.
We really don't know very much, do we?
Yeah. Next.
SKY Lipa. She wants to know, or he wants to know, are they really going to kick Johnny out?
Yeah, they're probably gonna kick Johnny out. I wouldn't doubt it.
Oh, they're not.
No, they're
And
not
how
gonna.
come it seemed like you were the only one getting stuck when we went kayaking?
Because
Because he's the only one that had the GoPro. I got stuck so many stinking times towards the end.
Yeah.
My arm was killing me the next day. 'cause
Heather
I
was
had
getting
to
stuck.
push off the rocks and stuff.
And I was always ahead of everybody because I have no legs. I'm all upper body strength. So I always did upper body strength, so I can I have nothing to move down here. It's all arms, you know.
He was singing Deo and took off.
Yeah,
He
it was
gone.
very easy for me kayaking because it feels like my arms are almost stronger than my legs, and
It's
I know they're
really-
not, but it feels like they are, you know.
Kayaking wasn't that bad. It wasn't a hard thing to do.
Right.
It's just when you get to the water goes from way up here to like down here,
Right, exactly.
and you've got to get yourself over these little rock bumps.
It's our first time on a kayak,
Yes,
right?
that-
So it was tippy.
We're
Or
going
second
again
time,
this
second time.
week.
Or it might go again. Keep watching, guys. Next.
Bob Shaw, your Honda looks like a new car.
The Honda's not new. The Honda's very old. It's 2007, over 100,000 miles, right about 100,000 miles, and it has some.
I
It
want
doesn't.
to know why it wasn't the hose under warranty. No.
The hose not under warranty. It's a 2007. Too old. And trust me, I wish we had a new car, but I'm not paying new car payments. Next.
That's why we've chosen to stay with that car, and I want a Tahoe.
And I like the car because if you put it in a parking lot, if it gets dinged or banged up, I don't have to worry about a new car.
All right. My Sharia Moore, why didn't we do a trial run first and see if we could handle the minimum lifestyle?
Because we want to get the heck out of our town. We didn't like it, and this was a way out. And I'm kind of glad we did this because it's, even if we're still going to own this RV, we're still going to go out west. We're going to go on these vacations a lot, and we're going to be full time for a long time in this RV. But we might just be
Basically-
on our own land. That'd be the difference.
We were trying to find a way for us to be able to travel around and find an area that we were comfortable in and that
Right.
we liked.
Because it's been almost a year, been driving around here and there, and we really like it here because of the weather, the people. You can go down the mountain a half hour and have a 10-degree difference split. You'd have to go all the way to Alaska to get that.
And we like the terrain with
In
the
the summer.
mountains and stuff.
Terrain in the
It's
mountains,
so
really cool.
Beautiful. But we are fine with the minimal lifestyle. It took a bit of getting used to going from the house to living in an RV. I think living in an RV is fine as long as you're organized. I am better since my bedroom is more organized, his stuff is organized, and we're getting used to it. But I think for anybody who goes from a house to an RV, whether you've tried it for a month or two, it's still going to be a big shock for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you go to cook your cookies and you have one of those KitchenAid mixers or whatever, and you're going to put that in there? That's a lot of weight. You can't
No,
do
you
that.
can't do that. We have a KitchenAid, but we can't put it in it. We
It's
have
in
it.
my
Don't we?
storage.
We have it, don't we? I brought it.
No.
Oh no, I brought the waffle maker.
You
Okay.
got the waffle maker.
Next.
How many years have we been married?
We've been married for 6,
We've been married for 6.
and together for like 13 or 14. Next.
Almost 14.
I gotta sneeze. Oh.
Bless you. Wait, did I do that one yet? Where did we get our screen house? Tim Rover wants to
Oh, we
know
got a
where
screen house Amazon for $129, and we got this screen house almost a year ago. And we just put it up. It
Actually,
was in
2
back of the
years
truck.
ago.
2 years ago.
When we lost our awning on Harvey is when we bought this
So
one.
2 years. This is 2 years old, but it's been sitting in the case, never used. Only used a couple times.
And it's a Coleman.
It's a Coleman, and it's bad to the bone.
I love it.
It's the
I
best
honestly
screen house
do.
I've ever had, but you tell you what, for 100, I would go on Amazon and shop. And I always say that because it's the cheapest. It's free shipping. It's like 120 bucks or something. It was wicked cheap for what it is. It's just a solid structure.
It was goobity-gooberty.
Actually, we're in it now.
Yes, we are.
But-
So that was the end of our questions that I found on there. If you guys have any questions
Yeah,
for
put
us,
the comments below because we're going to be reading more comments now. Put the comments below.
comment in the videos if it's a video, a question and something, that we do or something that is said in one of our videos. Comment. I'll be reading them every day and start writing down the questions. I'll be picking them. Obviously, we can't do 100 questions at one
Yeah,
sitting.
because it would be boring.
It would be, and you guys will get bored, but just, give us some questions and things like that. If you have any, to pique your interest, whatever you have, you just...
And
Put 'em
we'd
on
have
the
Johnny in a video right now, but Johnny's probably still sleeping or something, knowing him. He's retired.
No, he probably went for breakfast again.
He probably went to breakfast. Maybe I should go bug him.
I don't know.
I'll go bug him. I always bug him. Listen,
They're
have a good one,
always
guys.
together. He's in the videos more than I am now. Don't you see?
It's just the way it is. Have a good one, guys. Love you. See ya.
Like us and share us. You know you'll find us funny.